Welcome back to Crusader Kings 2, The Mad World. Last episode, we Deus Vaulted with our good friend, King Philippe, the perfidious Frenchman who actually stole Jerusalem from me. I was winning, and then he came in with his many men and won. Not very happy about that. I did want Jerusalem for myself, just to add it to my collection, really. We're playing as, of course, Duke Alberto Azzo, the Just of House de Elephant, our son, Ugo de Elephant, and eventual heir. Not terrible. He's an ambitious sociopath, which could be good for us, or bad for us, but pretty good for us, seeing as we're playing CK2. He is married, or I should say betrothed to Matilda, the Horteville. A noble house, I would assume. Yeah, it seems a pretty noble house. Got some dukes in there. Who are you? Robert the Fox. He's pretty good. He's tall and strong. She, by which I mean my son's betrothed and eventual wife of our current character, eventual character, is strong and quick and fussy. Being educated in struggle, though, what are you thinking? We won't worry about that too much. This episode, we're going to China, because I thought that was a nice change from, long may he reign, yep, whoever. We're going to China, because I figured that's a pretty nice break from going to Jerusalem. Let's go on another world tour, Mr. Worldwide. Now, I do like the China event. I feel like it's one of the... We're not going to China. I've changed my mind. China's a silly place. Instead, we're going to stay right here in Lombardy and sort our life out. Maybe we'll go to China later on. Cancel those tickets. Right. So, we have some focuses here. Of course, we can always take magic. Oh, we actually can take magic. Ooh. Let's go for magic. Oh, my lord. Specialization. Spelled with a Z. The universe is an expansive place, and what lies beyond even more so, I would need to focus my studies on a specific field. Studying herbalism, studying alchemy. I would turn this, well, obviously metals into gold. That's way more important. Studying alchemy, sure, why not? Just say intrigue focus. Well, that's not a big problem. Let's choose an ambition. Why not? Let's go for... Was that the console? Go away, console. Let's go for... We have a lot of extra ambitions, so I should have mentioned all these ambitions are sort of base game ambitions that CK2 Plus re-enables. A lot of them were disabled following Way of Life, I believe it was. You might remember some of these being the default. Anyway, what do we go for? Fall in Love. Seems pretty normal. Become King is going to be very difficult, seeing as the only real kingdom level type nearby. Now, I believe there is a Kingdom of Lombardy, but it's titular and quite difficult to make. We could go for, obviously, King of Italy, which is specifically the northern parts of Italy in CK2 Plus. Sicily is a separate kingdom. Same with Corsica and Sardinia. We could go for those. They're fairly splintered, and not all under the HRE either. Now, we're not exactly far away from Corsica and Sardinia. That might be worth it. Anyway, let's focus on something a bit more short-term for now. Become exalted among men. That's always worth doing when you've got a little bit more prestige, because the exalted trait in CK2 Plus scales with the amount of prestige you need to succeed in it. So if we wait until it says prestige is equal to or greater than 4,000, we'll get exalted level 4, which gives us the most bonuses. So that's probably worth waiting for. Develop personal combat skills. I feel like that's fair. We did, of course, have this guy lead an army in Jerusalem. Didn't really get much out of it, though. Him being a sociopath, you imagine he'd done pretty well. It is a martial +4, that's huge. Of course, we've got that plot power going for us as well. So, if we want to be a bit more underhanded, maybe take some land off of our brother, who I believe holds Grabunden here. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that. That's what I'm going for. 93% plot power just by ourselves there. Initial and possible are the same, which means we probably can't even hire anyone to join it. No, we can't. So that's just down to ourselves. So I assume by moving our spy master over there, we could probably kill him off. Plus 5% plot power increase. Not quite. A better spy master could probably do it than Mario. Why do you hate me, Mario? Teenager vassal? Oh, of course, we're only 16, aren't we? That beard would have led me to believe otherwise. No, you know what? I quite like the bold hair. Let's stay bold. I might change the beard, though. What have we got? Oh, that one's good. Those 2 points are very magical, I feel. We're trying to learn magic, so we want to go for a magical beard here. There's no, obviously, like Gandalf style down to your knees beard. Ooh, that one's a bit strange. Oh, I like that. That's good. Perfect. When I look at that man, I think wizard. Word reaches you that your half-brother, Burgrave Wealth, has made a claim against your titles. He's trying to win the support of your vassals. And it's possible someone might actually agree with his cause. A bastard brother. Right. Well, time for you to die. Burgrave Wealth, the bastard. Where is he? He's over here in Switzerland. Right. Well, I mean, it's quite possible we could kill him. He's not exactly the nicest character. Proud, zealous, ambitious, lustful. Yeah. We could potentially do this guy, and let's have a look. 7%, 10% there, minus 10% from the Spy Master of Switzerland. Good work. We've got some other education traits here. Let's take a look at these. Seasoned Commander. This character is an expert warrior and leader of men. That's a really cool trait. I would like a more martial-focused education that's leading troops-based rather than... Obviously, the martial right now does give a bonus to leading troops, gives a bonus to tactics specifically. However, it also affects your levy size and things like that. This actually gives a direct bonus to particular... Well, to your character leading troops. You can have a high martial character just sitting around not leading troops and still get bonuses from that. I do like one that's a bit more active, though. That's quite a cool idea. What's this one? Novice Mage? Sure. I'm going to assume there's no dual education traits. I assume we can't get both Novice Mage and whatever we are now. Fortune Builder, which obviously we could change to Midas Touch eventually. Okay, sure. Killing off our brother's going to be difficult. I'm not worried about it too much, because I can't imagine he's going to get much backing. Let's take a look at him again. Where is he? This one here. Now, this is our other brother. Oh, he just looks like our brother. Sorry, my mistake. The Duke of Champagne. You're our brother? How? Oh, our mother. Right, okay. Different father, same mother, so our half-brother. Right, I was going to say maybe we could try killing these guys off, maybe inherit ourselves some land. The only one we could actually do that with is our young son, Falco. Rot me Amadeus. Let's kill him off. 93%. Now, this guy is definitely a good target. Give ourselves some more land. 5 out of 4, though. Probably would help if we got married, obviously, and sorted our council out here. Matthew, our educator. Why do you hate us, Matthew? Personal diplomacy, short reign, foreigner, allegiance, slothful, teenage vassal. Really, we've just got to get older before people are going to start liking us. We'll send him some gold anyway, just to help change his mind. Let's get this council set. Why does my console keep popping up? Let's ignore that. Sorry, Matthew here is really, really good. Local tax modifier plus 55%. Let's get you to do that, and let's get you overseeing or building a spy network. Why can we only build you there? Now, obviously, normally you move it to the province you want to target to increase your plot power. We can only put it in Lombardy. Maybe CK2 just... Oh, right. So CK2 plus. I remember now. Instead, changing it so it gives you the flat 5% plot power increase. However, you get something called a spy network. Now, a spy network will eventually allow you to do things like increase your plot power by a flat 10%. It will allow you to send a direct assassin after it, sort of like old CK2, like really old CK2, when you're able to just right-click a character and click on Assassinate. It allows you to accrue points which you can spend on those sort of actions. We'll have him build a spy network then. That seems pretty good to me. Let's hunt apostates. Do we really want to hunt apostates, or do we want to improve religious relations with the Pope? I feel like that's probably a better idea, just in case we get Kinslayer from killing off our brother. I'd like the Pope to sort of be on our side a little bit. Our best marshal is a guy with 20 martial here. Gregorio, much, much better. Research military tech, train troops, give ourselves some levy size, organize the army. I'm going to go with train troops. If we want commanders, I can just invite them to the court. Yeah. Let's go just for this, just in case our half-brother does get some claims on our provinces. Our chancellor is also pretty bad. He is also our vassal, so it's probably not worth firing him and losing the opinion gain with him for a guy who's not much better, reasonably. So we'll have him continue with his statecraft. Alright, remember what I said about going on a trip to China? We don't have enough prestige. Again, still not doing that. That's a silly place, like I said. Okay, what's that change magical study? I assume we can switch to herbalist. Let's not worry about that. What options do we have here? Become a moneylender. Let's do that. Gain a trait moneylender. Gives us a flat stewardship and learning bonus for the cost of some church and same trait opinion. So other moneylenders, because we're in direct competition, essentially business competitors. They dislike us. Does allow NPCs to approach us, though, and ask us for a loan, which we can obviously grant them. But like I said last episode, we run the risk of them just running away with the money, something like that. Oh, let's take an infected blanket. You came at the hospital with one of your servant. This is already such an incredible start. You came at the hospital with one of your servant and asked to see the sickest patient. Guy Fieri. The director, I'm reading Brink there. The director accompanied you to a skeletal man. He was on the brink of death and only had one blanket. You asked the director to take it, and he seemed outraged, but a few coins convinced him. It's so dirty, keep it please. Or I say thanks for everything. We lose 50 gold. We lose 50 piety, 50 prestige. That's going to be everything, almost gone. We get an infected blanket, though. Give me that infected blanket. Now, this is an artifact. I'm sure you can sort of put 2 and 2 together here. Blanket that served the best hospitals for decades. Brother, dear brother, I have a gift for you. The finest tapestries +6 opinion. Oh, you poor boy. The finest tapestries from Lombardy. You're more than welcome. Also a sociopath. Fellow sociopath. Time for you to die. Oh no, he has smallpox. How did that happen? His wife left him. Oh, you poor boy. If there's anything I can do for you. Haha! He who laughs the longest. Finally, that two-faced boar, Duke Alberto Azzo II, oh my father, that's not good, has left this fine earth. Whilst everything will definitely be better without him, I now have a lot of extra time on my hands. Do we want to become rivals with our half-brother and title claimant, Burgrave Wealth the Bastard? I can become kind, even though I'm a sociopath. How does that work? Or I can feel relief. Let's take kind. It doesn't really fit with our character. However, I do want our vassals to like us a bit more. Also, it's marked as a virtue. Interesting, right? I guess that is for another mod, what you'll see eventually. Why don't we join a society while we wait before we go on a trip to China? Sure, Satan. Glorious Satan. I'm sure you are happy about everything I've done so far. Because sociopath, slothful is one of the largest sins. A vice. Sorry, my mistake. Paranoid as well. Ambitious. Pretty satanic trait, I would assume. Not only that, but we also just gave our brother smallpox via a blanket. He's also a leper now. He's a hardy boy, isn't he? Survived smallpox. He's now got leprosy. And my good friend, Kaiser Heinrich II, wants us to be, what is that? His commander. Absolutely. Seeking greater magical power, I've come across some information relating to a grimoire known as the Lesser Key of Solomon. If it are the names of 72 demons and instructions on summoning them. I should try to find a copy. No good comes from consorting with demons. Consorting with demons seems pretty good, since we just tried to join the Satanist Society, so I will try and find a copy, I think. Let's summon some demons. The Soldiers of Horus. After receiving a vision of Horus, a former soldier has rallied all faithful followers of the Egyptian gods together to push back against the declining worship of these gods by pushing out foreign influences. These zealous warriors call themselves the Soldiers of Horus. A man with a bird's head isn't exactly intimidating. That's very ignorant. Kemetic pagan. The ancient Egyptians worshipped a pantheon of gods, including Ra, Osiris, and Anubis. While their religion was loosely defined and not highly uniform, it remained the dominant religion in Egypt for over 3,000 years before the Common Era. Features include blank. Good. CK2 Plus also adds a Kemetic religion, so there might be some overlap there. We won't worry about it too much. These two mods. So one is called Mythos 2, which is a remake of quite an old mod called Mythos, obviously. And CK2 Plus also adds the Ancient Religions mod, or sub-mod. It integrates it as part of CK2 Plus, so those might cross over. I was informed that the book was found in an old library, but when I arrived, I saw it in the hands of a demon in the form of an old man riding a crocodile. He was willing to give me the book as a trade. I frequently make deals with old men riding on crocodiles. He said he had no interest in my soul, as I was heading to his realm anyway, but merely demanded my supplication. Lose 200 prestige and 1,000 piety, but we also gain the Lesser Key of Solomon. We get the trait Proud. Well, what does that do? This character owns the Lesser Key of Solomon, containing the 72 names of demons and 24 angels. That gives a national tax modifier of plus 5%. National prestige of 0.5. Stewardship +2, learning +2. That's really good. Improves the results of alchemy and summoning. We can't equip it yet because we're not an arcane master and not the trait alchemist. Now, arcane master is an education trait. I assume there is a way to be able to use these things. I assume maybe alchemist is sort of like getting mystic or scholar in the base game. So maybe we'll be able to use that eventually. It's a really good book, so I kind of hope we can. Especially since it just cost me a lot of piety. Ah, of course. I'm having dinner and plenty of drinks with my good friend Al Ramici tonight. It's lovely. Yeah, what I am most charmed by is this man himself. Why else would I not immediately stop our conversation, which has slowly begun to touch upon almost heretical ideas? Why would I begin to stop that? I wonder. Maybe it's because you just traded all your prestige and piety for a book about demons. From a demon. Just a thought. Why are we leading troops? Stop leading troops. Oh, we agreed to become his commander, did we? I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, goodbye. Okay. If we did not ask questions, why did God make us curious? Walking the palisades of my castle, I am joined by that man once again. I find myself agreeing with a lot of the concepts he presents. The futility of prayer particularly resonates with me. Suddenly he turns and presses a small leather pouch into my hand. My lord, will you carry this with you for protection? I will keep it hidden, and I thank you. What if I told you that all you have been taught to believe in is a lie? Throwing a cautious glance around, Paul, pulling up his sleeve, revealing a scar in the shape of a pentagram. My god! Demons! I can't believe it. You're truly a witch then. Can you bring down our enemies? Do I have enemies? I sort of do have enemies, don't I? I suppose my brothers are both my enemies. Well, I mean, the half-brother claiming on my title is the one with smallpox, who had smallpox and now a leper. His infected blanket hasn't really worked out for me. Do people dislike him more because he's a leper? They do, yeah. I was going to say, that was quite a big part of medieval society. Lepers were sort of shunned and pushed in their own colonies, so apparently people don't dislike him enough to kill him off, though. Great. If there's any chance I will bring down my enemies, I will. Thank you. The Haruria? Is that how you pronounce that? Can't say I've ever read it aloud before. Poison swords. Getting a lot of holy orders. What, must we always put the needs of others before our own? I want greedy. Absolutely I want greedy. I assume that's national tax modifier in this. Plus 10%. Awesome. Point commander. Not today, Heinrich. If you keep asking me, you're going to get a blanket, my friend. Of course, the bargain must be struck. Now, I have a mod that adds some extra features to Lucifer's own. Some pretty endgame features, if you want to look at it like that. Something that I'd like to focus on. As his character became a sociopath, it sort of became natural, shall we say, that we would follow this route, I feel. You've met an intriguing and hypnotically beautiful, she looks a bit shocked actually, hypnotically beautiful woman at her court. Our court, I suppose. Apparently, this Karasik is a foreign diplomat. I engaged her in conversation for a time, and we spoke at length about building plans, of course, why not? I was shocked when she carefully pulled the purse lever, reading the mark of Lucifer. She's over there. It's quite far away to be having a meeting with. You're the messenger. What do you need me to do? Carrick escorts me to my bedchamber. I hesitate upon entering, finding it flooded with light as candles form a circle around my bed. Several hooded figures surround the room. Fear not, brother, power and pleasure. These are the gifts of Iblis. I like the sound of that. I wish you had found me sooner. Budding romance. Oh, that's nice. A young talented artist from Lombardy poses to paint an iconic portrait of my father. I mean, why not? Glorification improved. We could say no, though, because we didn't like the man. You know what? Let's roleplay it. No, it's a waste of money. I hated the guy. We were glad he was dead. We were so glad he was dead, we became kind. Don't worry about that too much. Lucifer's own. We are the Abjurer. Who is this lady? She's the head. Is she Raven Familiar? Hidden from the world at large. I quite like a Raven Familiar. Seemed pretty suitable to what we're doing right now. The religion trait has, of course, changed to an upside-down cross, an inverted cross, I think it's called. Good, okay. Absorb life force and holy impregnation, right, got it. Dark divorce, dark healing, right. Abjurer, conjurer. Interesting. So, it doesn't actually add the feature to the list, but we'll see it later on, don't worry about it. So we're an Abjurer now in the, within the dark powers of Satan. Not only do we get this sort of dark magic, but of course we're working on alchemy actively as well. Seems appropriate. I feel like we've already done this guy justice. Sacrifice to Satan. Who would we like to sacrifice to Satan? How about this disease-ridden filth boy? Steal artifact. Oh, we probably don't want to steal your infected blanket. Why don't we go ahead and steal some rare artifacts for ourselves? Now, we are technically still a Christian, of course. We worship the Christian variant of Lucifer. So that would still make us a Christian. We could steal the Crown of Thorns. Could steal an Nail of the True Cross. Now, the best Christian artifact, in my opinion, is going to be either the Ark of the Covenant or the Bones of St. Peter. Why don't we go for that? Monster Hunter? Excuse me, missionary? This character has dedicated his life to the eradication of all monstrous creatures. My friend, we are about to come face to face. That might be truer than you think. Quality 5. Build time, build cost is obviously much lower. With that, piety will help cancel out, balance out the mess of piety we've got already. Let's visit the Pope and steal some bones. Pope, I'm here for your bone, and I won't say no for an answer. Thank you very much. Who are we going to take with us? Our Marshal or our Spy Master? Who's got the highest stats? Obviously our Marshal, so we will take Gregorio. We're off to steal some bones. Put them on our mantelpiece, and that will help our people build faster. Just don't think about it too much. Recruit call physician. Do we not have one? He's pretty good. 16. You know what? Sure, done. Although this guy's a sociopath. Isn't he a lunatic, actually? You know what? Last time I remember making my court physician a lunatic was not a great idea. You've arrived at Pope Alexander II's capital. As expected, it's heavily guarded. There's a group of guards at the main door, a servant's entrance at the back, and a window near the stables. So we've got to fight the Swiss guard, essentially. Okay. Force my way inside, 55% chance of success. Sneaking through the window, 44% chance of success. Wow, we haven't really got a high chance at all, have we? Force my way inside. Disaster, your fellow members of Lucifer's own. Brother Armando has been caught by court chaplain Galasso and his men-at-arms. They burn him at the stake. So we can lay low here. Oh, he's a monk as well. Wow. It's time for me to lay low. Definitely. Wow, we succeeded. Okay. You've managed to evade most patrols until you come up outside the treasury. 2 board guards stand between you and your prize. Rush them before they raise the alarm, so this is what our High Marshal, well, our Marshal with the High Marshal is going to come in handy for. Post the servants to give them poison drinks. 33% chance versus 53% chance. And of course, this is stat dependent. I've explained it lots because I'm sure you guys have seen me play this with some other mods with this lots. Oh no. You weren't as crafty as you thought. The guards draw their swords and approach you. Fight my way out. 36% chance of being imprisoned by the Pope, who will probably put us to death, I would imagine. We're not the nicest guy. Try and bribe him. Quick out the window. 10% chance of death. 50% chance of being imprisoned. 40% chance of success. What's got the highest success? 40%, 50%, 36%. Did we do it? Oh, thank God. You failed in your heist and now you suffer the shame. Could have been worse, I suppose. Could have been. We could have been imprisoned by the Pope. And we're a devil worshipper who's practicing magic. Awesome. Well, we didn't succeed. Well, not awesome at all. By which I mean we didn't die. So that's probably a good thing, isn't it? Let's decline that. Can we go to China yet? Oh, wait. We have no prestige at all. Ah, yeah, I remember. Now, what I want to do is, when we can, compose a book. Now, composing books was a feature added with Jade Dragon. Successful jihad for Egypt? Was Egypt not already... Allah has granted Caliph al-Mustansir's victory. Oh, interesting. It was a Kemetic guy. Right, okay, and this dude was what exactly? This guy says Shia Muslim just beat the Kemetic pagans. Weird. Now, what is our cultural bonus? Local build time minus 10%. Monthly prestige game is pretty good. Global value and trade post. Oh, these are good cultural bonuses. We do get a big opinion loss with other cultures, though. So something we do need to keep an eye on, especially if we start expanding out quite large. Probably not going to be an issue for a while, I would imagine, all things considered. Damn, I could do with some prestige. It's not good at all, is it? Let's wait and compose a book. So composing a book, like I was saying, was a feature added in Jade Dragon allows you to compose a book based on a particular subject. So you can generally go for 3 of the 5 stats. I actually now don't know what these are called. Stats. I'm going to go with stats. So most likely we're going to write a book on stewardship. Now, one of the best books you can get out of stewardship is called How to Build a Well. Gives a flat build cost and build time reduction. If we can get that, I'd be very happy with that. I believe it also gives you some prestige if you succeed. Either way, while we're writing our book, it does take a while though. It takes about 10 years. And we can only write 1 book every 10 years. Alright, let's have a look. Oh, you can also chronicle your family history, which doesn't particularly... attributes, that's what they're called, attributes. Doesn't relate to any attribute there. So we can write a martial book, we can write a stewardship book, or we can write our family chronicle. I say managing a realm and hope we get how to build a well out of this. Satan's favors, Abjura Ugo. The great and mighty Satan has given us so much, and now it's time to return the offer to them in a gift in return. Satan craves a soul to serve them. Okay, sure. Our brother is disfigured. How are you not dead? 68% plot power? No, I'm pretty sure with the infected blanket they can only get 1 trait at a time. So he may just live his life as a leper now, as short as that may be. We might just have to wait for him to die of leprosy. Bit of a shame. Let's go and hope him for rabies or something, but we won't worry about it too much. Let's sacrifice a virgin. A staunch change from last episode where we were trying to claim the Holy Land. Let's go for this kid. Hugo de Cremonia in my court. Probably quite easy to abduct. He's right there. 50 power as well. Excellent. Write a book. Abduct a kid. Try and get enough prestige to go to China. That's my plan anyway. Go into hiding. Someone's trying to kill us. Do we know who? We don't know who. Spymaster, let's have you scheme. I might even replace you with a better Spymaster. 21. Holy shit. Let's get you. Let's send you a gift as well. I don't really want to die. There's nothing we can really do to increase his opinion of us for a while. Why don't we recruit him for Satan? He was possessed, cruel, arbitrary, deceitful. My friend, you may like Satan. Just a thought. And he's a mystic, and he's an impaler. I really glossed over those as well. Now, what is the influence? The influence is quite low, so this could take a while. I'll have to be patient. We can do it, I believe. Meeting with Mario, I made sure to only cautiously question the absolute power of his almighty God. Regretfully, it seems my word irritated him. Oh, really? You're a man of God. Seems like a bit of a waste of time then. Okay, never mind. I regret my decision thoroughly. Let's sacrifice the kids. So we do have some... we did actually gain some power in our network there. Current value 10. Employ the network of informants and spies currently in your employ to assist in the current plots. So we could, again, change our spy master to building our spy network. Preparing police plus 10.5. That, I believe, gives us plus 10%. Oh, plus 20%. Wow, okay. So we could get a plus 30% on top of whatever we've got on him already. 74.6%. We could do it. In theory, it would be better to kidnap him and sacrifice him to Satan. We run the risk of becoming suspicious. However, we avoid entirely the risk of kinslayer. So I'm going to do that instead. Let's get rid of him. Anybody want to join? Anybody at all? Nope, none at all. Right. In that case, let's get our steward set up here. Build spy network in Lombardy. And let's also use our spy network. Now, we can use that again when we get some more points. Current value 0. Obviously, we need 20 for that. Let's wait and see what we get. 94.6%. Damn, it's still not quite enough. We could employ some courtiers that like us, I suppose. These people in his court. Why don't we arrange a marriage between him and somebody that likes us but doesn't like him? But they'll need to be good, though, before he accepts. So let's try and find someone strong, high opinion, women, unmarried. Only her. You definitely won't marry her. She's 48. 21. Diplo range, preferably. What about you? Lustful hedonist? Strong? You're pretty good, but I don't think you'd marry her, to be honest with you. He also will probably just refuse all our requests. This is quite a long shot in the dark. Let's wait for the Satanic Society to get back to us. Let's give some chance for the time to take. So why don't we talk about expansion then? Where do we want to go? Do we have any claims or anything like that? We've got a strong claim on Maine in France. Okay, that's quite far away. Let's not worry about that. What about neighboring vassals, things like that? Now, we do have Savoy to our west. We have this sort of broken province here. That is part of our land, actually. De jure, part of the Duchy of Lombardy. We could try and take that Brescia. It's under Tuscany. Tuscany have 12,000 men. We have 9,000 men. That will increase as we get older because our vassals will like us more, obviously. Now, I would like to reform our de jure borders. We're sort of a mess here, to be honest with you. What do we go for a kingdom level title? Now, I'm thinking Sardinia and Corsica are definitely the easiest target, seeing as they're not entirely under the HRE. In fact, they're also under religious enemies, so it will make it a lot easier. What about you guys? A Pisan revolt. They're under Pisa, right. Or at least they will be, I assume, by the time we actually get to act on them. Why don't we try and get some claims over here on Corsica and move south into this sort of fractured Sardinia? I think that's a good idea. Our Chancellor is goddamn awful. Wow. Let's find ourselves a better Chancellor then in the meantime. Proceed with the plan. 25% chance the kidnapping is a success. Wow, okay. We're really going to roll the dice on this, eh? Let's go for it. Disaster. Even worse, the man gave up your name. Oh, shit. Well, you know what? Sometimes you got to take these risks. I wanted the land back, essentially, so I could either give it to someone better, or so that we've got less people as a claim on our titles. Right, let's see who we can get here. Stiaci? She's got a decent amount of diplomacy there. Grey Eminence as well. Come to court. Now, what's our gender equality laws? That might be a real question here. Let's see if she's allowed to be as our diplomat. Where is gender equality? I have absolutely no idea. Chancellor? Not in the least. Right, so we need to find a man. Okay. Gender, men. Gavril, you're also really, really good. Look at this. Genius. Done. Welcome to court, Gavril. There's some good backups as well, so we haven't got to worry about this too much. Okay, Gavril, that's a last name. That's a hell of a last name. I'm not going to try and go for that. Let's have you fabricate claims on Corsica. Let's leave it there. Oh. I've heard rumors around the grimoire written by King Solomon the Wise of Jerusalem. Finding this is worth any cost. I agree. Let's leave it there. It's been about half an hour. Let me know what you think. Give me some suggestions for ideas. We've got a lot of mods here. We've got a lot of the world to see. It's kind of overwhelming. I'm a little bit sort of a burden for choice here. I'll get a plan in action. But next episode, we're going to apparently find a grimoire written by King Solomon that will help with our magic. I feel like something to look forward to, isn't it? See you next time.